Thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode 51. 51. Damn. We in the goddamn building, man. You rocking with the best crew. My guy Warren, Rob, Tony, Winton. Let's dive right on in. We've had an interesting weekend. A lot of trending things have already been happening over the weekend, which I even myself took a part of. That'll be that Lensa AI, that artificial art where it turns your actual photo into a cartoon. I have fun with it. I had a lot of fun with it. I mean, have you guys taken a part of or participated in?
I haven't even tried it yet. Yeah. I've seen it around. I've seen a lot of people just kind of like, testing it out. It was interesting seeing how, different interact. There's some people who got conspiratorial, opinions on this thing. I mean, to me, I think it's just a new social media trend. It's just like the Face app. You know what I mean? Like they was doing where you would age yourself or, stuff like what they had maybe some years ago. So it's always a little something that catches on. Usually a celebrity, tries it out and then everybody's like, oh, somebody like Snoop Dogg or Taylor Swift or something like that, and they just catches fire. Like I seen one, LeBron did one, like where he had like a reel of the animated avatars made up for him. So it's like, it's cool. It's what's interesting about it? I think people do too much judging with that.
What do you mean judging?
No, I just think, and I'm not even talking about this app necessarily particular. I think it's anything that maybe gets popular. I think some people just they think it's cool to shit on it or shit on other people that might want to, just have fun with it. Right. Like, what's wrong with that? You know what I mean? Like, if anybody wants to use the app, no matter what, if it's let's say it's corny. Okay, it's corny. Everybody can be corny for a second.
So you calling it corny? I ain't see you partaking that. I ain't see you change your circle.
But I'm not shitting on nobody that's doing it though either. If you want to do it, that's cool. Okay. But there's people out there that do that type of thing, and then they try to shit on people like, are you hopping on that bandwagon? Are you doing that too? And they try to make themselves seem cool because they not jumping in what everybody else is doing. Right, it's like one of those types. Like I know a lot of people would do that with like people who watch Game of Thrones. That was a thing. Like, I don't watch Game of Thrones. I don't think like you. Okay, so what you supposed to be some highborn now? Right. Like you too good to watch Game of Thrones? Like I feel like some people do that as a reflection of just trying to be different on purpose.
Now, you know what I mean? I know Tony got a whole hour story about this whole AI.
Yeah, we're not gonna do an hour. We're not gonna do that.
But what I will say about it is except for a specific generation of kids. Excuse me. Meaning like my age, because I grew up on cartoons. I don't care who you are. I used to run home from school, whether it be middle and high school, run home to watch some cartoons, especially Dragon Ball Z, anime, that type of thing. Like, not even then. Back then, cartoons used to be really fucking good. Yep. You don't get Beavis and Butthead on cartoon anymore. You don't get Ren and Stimpy. Rocco's Modern Life. You know what I mean? Like, these were cartoons.
Ren and Stimpy?
Ren and Stimpy?
That shit would not last today.
Bruh. You know what I mean?
That could not play.
Every time I shave, I think of Ren and Stimpy, like just putting the hair and leaving
Ren and Stimpy was insane. Now that you think about it, you just brought that to my mind.
Beavis and Butthead?
Yeah, bro. But I'm just saying.
Canceled. All of them is canceled.
For real.
Rocco's Modern Life, boy, they is canceled.
Right. And that was the shit, too.
They was canceled.
But I'm just saying, like, I love cartoons. So why I took part in it is because I still find myself to be a cartoon type kid. Yes. You know what I mean? I watch all the Dragon Balls except the newest one that's out. I got to go see that. But just in general, like, I love cartoons. That's why I hopped on the trend, I guess you could say.
I like the one you put up there, though.
Yeah, simple, cool. Not too much. It wasn't like themed. Well, one of them was. I did have a cartoon background.
It wasn't like priced appled out or anything,
Wow. See, right there, you gotta throw shade. Why you trying to hate on my guy?
I liked it. I'm just like,
why you trying to hate on my guy?
Yeah, damn. damn. I was
Everybody
like,
did it.
No, I did. I was just like, holy shit, he looked good. God damn. That's looked better than what he looked like. Jesus Christ. And then I was like, wait. Okay, I'm way too into it. That's why I made a joke. I was just like, bro, this is what a man's supposed to look like.
This guy right here. This guy. But what you got on it, man?
So, okay. So this goes out to those that were probably looking at it in a conspiratorial mindset because of the fact that when I first saw this, I've always been about making myself into a cartoon. That's what, if you notice on my profile, I tried to do that by editing. You know what I mean? To just make it cartoony looking on my picture. This was a while back. This was like last year, or not last year, a few months ago. So when I saw this app, I was like, oh, this is cool. And I noticed everybody was doing it. I was like, okay, maybe this is a free app. So let me try looking for it. Went to go look for it, this, that, and the other. As I'm like looking for the app, and then I'm noticing every single person I follow start posting it and posting it. Bro, it got to like 40, 50 people. I'm like, okay. Why is my conspiracy mindset now kicking in, bro? What the fuck are these people doing now? This is too much. This is this is a trend now. Now I'm like, okay, so what's going on, bro? And I even made a post right there, right when I said that. I hadn't looked into it or nothing, but I was like, y'all doing something, man. I don't know what this is, but what the fuck? Okay, this is too much. So I was going to do it. Like I said, it was cool. It looked harmless. You know, I was like, man, I'd like to get a few pics. You know, I was even like, when I saw you do it, I was like, sure, I'll just hit up. I'm not going to pay for it. Let me just... Hey, Winton, here's 20 pictures. Go ahead, upload it. You know, send me the photos, and I can upload it on my page.
See, the fucked up part about these apps is that they give you a 3-day trial, right? So you're going to be one of those guys who just subscribe and just say fuck it, and then you continue to pay whatever it is monthly and just forget about it, because I know I do. I've been there. I still got shit that I'm subscribed to that I don't even give a fuck about, right? But it's just in general, that is the major point behind it. If people are starting to do it, push it, because we know that there are some lazy noodle niggas that like to actually forget to cancel subscriptions, right?
What you say?
I did say that a little
Lazy
casually.
noodle nigga?
I'm sorry.
What is that?
You know, niggas that just buy, niggas just buy shit. Ah, fuck it, you know what I mean? I ain't worried about it. Nigga. It's just,
That's a new one. That's a new one.
But, you know,
LNN.
yeah.
so, I wanted to do it and everything. Then I was like, okay, let me read the... So I immediately go, because it's hard to read terms and conditions. I'm going to tell you straight up. But once you've read enough terms and conditions, all of them are kind of the same. Like, they all like, it's pretty much like, we're going to take your information, anything we take we can't use. You know what I mean?
It's
It's
the
all
same
basic.
copy and paste.
Copy and paste.
I got a question for you on this. So, the conspiracy side, you know. Is it just because something's trending, does that automatically mean it's a conspiracy?
It doesn't automatically, but red flags pop up to where you should investigate and see where the money leads.
Okay.
So that's what ended up happening with this, where I was like, okay, let me look into this. Read through it, wasn't anything too malicious. Then I started looking into other things where people were mad and angry. I was like, what are they mad and angry about? And there's actual people out there that are AI graphic designers that actually get paid for this. And what it does is it devalues everything that they went to school for and takes it all away. And then when I started looking in deeper, there's this thing called stable diffusion, right? And I didn't even know about this whole thing, stable diffusion. I was like, what the hell is this shit about? Where basically, they'll take images that are already posted on the internet, because you know how the internet is. Once you post any picture or any art, it's the internet. You know what I mean?
For the most part.
For the most part. And so it's like crazy that, you know, there's all these artists out there, AI workers, people that bust their ass off to put samples out there, things like that, because they're on the grind. They're trying to get people to basically come to them and, hey, I can do this art for you. So what this does at a way cheaper price is stable diffusion goes and it takes all those images and they no longer earn the rights. So you would think that the pictures would come and then all of a sudden they're keeping your pictures, and that's the conspiratorial part. No. They actually state that they don't keep the pictures, they delete them. So what happens when they get those pictures is they'll basically morph them into all 5.85 billion different ways that they can morph into these pictures, and now they don't own the rights, but they still make the money off you buying the app. So now that devalues those people that are going out there that basically have these apps and things like that, or not apps, but they have stores where you can go to and you can basically create your own AI through them. Now people ain't gonna go there no more because there's this app that's out there that takes away from them. So, and it's completely AI. That's the crazy part about this, because it gave me flashbacks. I didn't forget about this. It was like 4 months ago, where FN Mecca, I don't know if you guys know FN Mecca. It's like, it's a rapper that is an AI rapper that got his first like record deal. Like, that's crazy. I forgot how much it was for, but it literally an AI that got his first record deal. And I was like, wow.
Yeah, I heard of it.
That's
Yeah.
like,
I haven't heard shit.
you know what I mean? When World Economic Forum talks about you will own nothing and you will love it, it's like, wow, this is clicking now. Because I used to think to myself, if AI is created, we will no longer have to work. right? Because AI is created, you know, and they'll do the work for us. They're going to do the hard work. And now we as humans can do what I feel like we should be on Earth to do, which is basically, you know, innovate, imagine, do art, create. You know what I mean? We'll go into different, you know, reach for the stars. Now it's like they're taking that away from us. Where it's like now we can't even be creative. You know what I mean? And that's the scary part about this. The dark side of it is like now this AI and everything that it does is considered art.
Yeah, but so
Can I be honest with you
So I
before
would-
you go?
so I
Hold
would
on,
push
real
back
quick.
on
Before you
that
go,
a
before you
little
go, let me give you some feedback. Like the first 2-3 minutes you were talking, I ain't hear a word you said. And then you said some positive shit for like a good 1 minute. And then after that, like a whole rest of the 2-3 minutes was just like you went on to a whole nother topic that it just went shoo.
Thank you for the critique on the show.
I know.
What were you gonna say?
No, yeah, you ain't hearing, you ain't listening.
You know.
But what I was gonna say more was, don't you think it's just, and I hear exactly what you're saying, and as a matter of fact, I actually tend to agree to the point as far as the socioeconomic and the monetization part, you know, where it can, you know, dilute the value of people who actually do this for a living. But some people would argue, just to play devil's advocate on this, maybe they're just the Amazon of this. You know, you got people who, you know, Amazon came in and kind of took over and started doing what they was doing, and then people are like, oh, well, you know, this is taken away from this, and this is taken away from that, when other people was already doing that work.
Do you kind of mean like the arrival of the elevator man and the arrival of the elevator?
Right. So it's
Are
so
we
at the
still
end
talking
of the,
about the AI cartoon thing?
No. We're talking.
Okay.
Yeah. So Winton, keep
We
up.
passed that?
No, keep up.
When did
Matter of fact, when the next segment come on, then you can speak.
All right, for sure.
But but it's like I'm looking at it like Amazon, like Weave Now or Netflix. These things that have kind of taken over, where they've made life easier for us. This app would make it easier for somebody and make it more accessible for them to do these type of AI artworks and stuff like that, rather than going to a graphic designer. Even though I agree that hurts them, there's no doubt about that. It especially devalues the product and the service that they're going to give, because you know they're not going to be getting compensated the same money, because there's an app now that could do it for a fraction of the price.
We are talking about the cartoon.
But what I'm saying is that that there's another side to it, is maybe they're selling convenience. Just like Amazon is selling convenience. Netflix is selling convenience. You know, Gary Vee talked about it all the time about Netflix. He was like, oh, people still want to go to the Blockbuster because they want to interact with the people. Nah, motherfuckers want to be in the butt-ass naked at home and hit one button and watch a movie. That's what they want to do. So when it comes, so I think that aspect of it is, I think that there's pros and cons on both sides. And sometimes for one thing to build up, something else got to get torn down to a certain degree. And it sucks. I do understand if anyone is losing money on that, because it's definitely possible.
Because my biggest part is like the way they do it, especially for these apps, right? It's not just Lensa, but there's other apps. The way they do it is they're taking already works that have been done by other people. So it's like
So you're saying borderline copyright infringement?
Borderline copyright infringement,
or at least like
but because of stable
taking
diffusion,
IP from people.
Right, but because of stable diffusion, how it mixes up, almost like you know those apps on Snapchat where basically you can put like yourself and somebody else, and your kid will look like this.
A filter.
Yeah,
Right.
Like it's like using stable diffusion, so that way it can create something else, and it's no longer copyright.
Stable
So-
diffusion,
Got it.
Yeah,
got
that's
it,
what it's
got
called.
it.
So when this happens, it's like
quantum
now,
theory.
Now they can't. No, that's something else. So now they can't even like go after people for copyright and things like that, and you're taking other people's work, and it's like that's an unethical part of it. It feels sick.
Okay.
But and I get it. It's like, wow, they're gonna really phase you guys out eventually. Now I'm like, that whole innovation thing I was talking about, to what end? Because it's like when you look at art and what art's supposed to be, it's supposed to be original. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be original. It's like now, to what end? Like I said before, like now they could take, say for instance, you were like, look, I want like the greatest rap song ever, going back to the FN Mecca thing. Now it's gonna take all the rap that's ever been done. It's going to do an algorithm, pick out the best lyrics based on what they're talking about, and now it's going to have a song and create it. And guess what? Oh, you over there, you have the voice? I'm going to take your voice, because that's your work. I'm stealing that work. I'm stealing everybody's information that they had done, and now I'm going to create the best rap song, and y'all are going to bump to it. It's like...
That's what's up.
At what point does it stop?
That's just the way of the world now, to be honest. I mean,
It is copycat.
It's like there's vending machines now that make hamburgers. How many jobs is that taking away?
Damn. So AI is going to take.
Saying? Like,
The AI is going to take over everything, and that's what the World Economic Forum wants. They don't want us doing nothing, bro. They want us being robots, just being slaves, and in the end, this is on the road to that.
We're talking about it right now. We might as well go ahead and bring that up as far as the situation that's happening in San Francisco. Doesn't that use AI? Isn't that artificial intelligence?
Yeah, but that's a little bit more controlled. So just to speak on it, you know, as San Francisco is trying to, they proposed a bill. It hasn't passed yet, but they proposed a bill that they support to basically have robots to have the authority to kill. You know, basically in a situation where, you know, if a police officer's there, they would have license to kill, right? And you look into it, that's the proposed bill.
But there's no
Now,
human involved at all?
there is, but the robot, they're controlling it in that sense. But then that just kind of opens up the door, like, you know, like the movies like iRobot and Terminator kind of teach us this. Now the robots they're not creating necessarily new robots at this moment. The robots that they're actually thinking about using are the ones that already exist for like bomb squads.
Right.
So for a situation where there's a bomb and they send a robot in to go defuse it, they're using that same kind of technology and stuff, but they're probably adding on, you know, artillery to it.
They'll change it to an effect. I did see some actual like. What was that movie? Cheppy. My name is Cheppy. What was it? Chappie.
I am Chappy. I am consciousness.
I seen some real shit like that, you know, structurally wise. Now, was it like official? No, probably not. But like, it could tell the difference between what to shoot, what not to shoot. There was some crazy, you know, next level type shit. So I'm just saying, like, it will get to that point. I'm pretty sure the bomb squad adding a little bit more military, you know,
Can I ask a
ammunition
question?
to it. But
So, like, you saying that the robots, because what I'm reading is it says that the robots will be able to kill. That means there's not a human involved, it's a robot that will decide.
I think that might be. So I think the reason why, obviously, magazines, internet articles, they monetize off of clicks.
So you think a human decides at the end, right?
Right. As of right now. So at the end of the day, that's what the money part. They get the clicks. If you put out there robots killing, people are going to click on
What
that
if it is,
article
though?
and read it.
Do we know?
No,
Do we know
no,
for sure?
No, but what the issue that it arises is, it's kind of like you give an inch, they're gonna take more. You know what I mean? So it gets to that point where it really blurs where it really blurs the line. Like where are you drawing the line
So
where
you
where the robot is acting on its own?
You think that if, let's say a federal judge, you know, basically says, look, we've come up with the fact that, you know, I have a scientist. I have a theoretical scientist that has just said that any type of situation, it has a 99.9% chance of making the correct situation, so we will now have these robots decide judge, jury, and execution.
Well, no,
Right?
well, that's different. That's not what they're proposing. So I want to be clear, because I don't want to be like a situation where we're saying something that's not happening. The only reason why this has become an issue is because it's robots. You're taking the human out of it. That they're not looking at it from a artificial intelligence. They're not looking at it from that.
So my next
perspective.
question is, if it is an artificial intelligence that's completely deciding this,
But they're not. So I want to be clear. I want to be no.
because I thought we were talking theoretically in the future.
No, I'm just talking about what is the bill that they're proposing.
so basically, we're talking about like UAV type shit, spy drones and planes that are shooting from like miles away type shit.
Because those type of robots are still always been controlled by humans.
Then to me, it's still
but those were all surveillance also as well. Now just basically imagine this, adding a gun to it.
Yeah.
And now they're saying, okay, now we can use deadly force for situations that wouldn't. The reason why they support it is because now it takes an officer out of harm's way for a situation where officers could be killed in a situation.
But but still, hostage situation makes it even worse. You're bringing in a killing machine to do what? To kill. So hostage, in my aspect, hostage would be more at a disadvantage in any situation if you're bringing in a killing machine.
Because you're supposed to de-escalate and already knows it's a machine that's going to try to kill you.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean?
And
Like,
that's my only thing is
Well, we're speculating on whatever ways they're going to try to apply it.
you got to
So-
think about the
so I'm
what
not-
ifs if they're putting it to a bill.
But
that's what I was talking about.
I think
does
that's
the robot
issue.
go on trial now? Like,
Well,
like, shit.
well, y'all taking too much of a leap. The robot
They taking
itself,
too much
the robot itself, at this very moment, what they're proposing, is not that. They're proposing
Just a human.
that basically they're taking it another step further with the bomb squad,
Unit.
and the mechanics.
I can see when it's bomb squad.
But to y'all's point, so let's play speculation with it because I like where we're going with that part. Is okay. What ends up happening where the lines get blurred and AI becomes a lot more fashionable and a lot more acceptable than what happens with these robots that's already in place. Because now the hardware, the mechanics have been so advanced at that point. Now you just implement an AI software program into it. Now it's making its own decisions. It opens up the door. Like anybody that's if you're born if you're born in the '80s, man, you know what it is. Terminator, Skynet, bro.
Bodyguard,
Like
for real.
you look at that shit. Like so, it brings up those things like where you like, man, what the fuck is y'all doing? Like, are y'all really trying to go down this road, or do you really want to have a drone out there flying around that might potentially shoot somebody? Like, then who's actually? So let's say they shoot the wrong person. Let's say it's the wrong bystander. Then who's going to jail? Like, so now we're
Nobody
going.
goes to the family sues, and whatever company made that robot, now they get they get the money for it.
The app developer.
Right. Yeah, exactly. The app developer is gonna get it because they're gonna blame. Because I feel like at that point, then you're gonna have a shift of blame because now it's no longer the cop made a bad decision. No, it was faulty software or it's faulty hardware or it's it's no different than when a plane crashes. Everybody's seen Flight, right? It's like you had a drunk pilot up in there, but it was the reason why that plane crashed is because it was a malfunction, and how they was trying to wiggle their way out of it and saying no, it wasn't because he was drunk that the plane crashed. It's because y'all did not update this part of the plane that this mechanism didn't work, and now everybody's shifting the blame on who should be having responsibility. And I find that at that point it can make it a little bit easier when you use robots in there, because now you're going to be like, no, it's not the police department that's at fault. I'm going to say it's the app developer or the company that built this robot. It's their fault. It's their faulty equipment, so you need to sue them, not us. Like, I feel like it's going to make it really convoluted and complicated.
You'll never be able to place the blame on any one individual actually like manning one of these drones or robots. You'll never be able to do that.
Right.
That's 100%.
But just to be open about it, San Francisco's not the first city. This is already going on. I think in Dallas, they already have it, and there's other cities that are thinking about implementing the same thing. So I think this is just kind of a new thing, as San Francisco's a big city, and potentially it's a liberal state. So I think people are their ears are getting perked up to that. But this is something that's already kind of going down, and what I mean, if anybody's seen, we was just talking about AI with the Lensa app and stuff like that. It's like if anybody's seen the Animatrix movies, where they talk about the rise of the resistance and or what was it called, the Renaissance. What was that called, Tony? In that in Animatrix, it was the part. Yeah, the part 1 and 2. Like anybody should watch that. Like that to me, like that was. I wish they would make a movie just about that. Because that was just so interesting how basically robots came into play is exactly kind of how Tony told it. Like, we're just the creators. We just have fun. We just create shit, have, be innovative, that type of thing. But then the labor force becomes robotics and AI, and then we don't have to deal with a lot of the dirtier jobs and stuff like that. And then they end up, one robot ends up thinking for themselves and starts having consciousness, and it kind of just goes from there. And
Free guy.
Right.
Free guy.
So,
Who was that with?
Sonny.
Who was
from
that?
iRobot.
Sonny? Yeah, true. Sonny, iRobot. I'm talking about the AI part of it. You know what I mean? Sonny, was obviously a special robot,
Right.
With the ability with AI, having the ability to think of his own. But Free Guy is just technically AI in general in a game. You know what I mean? One being able to grow. Just off of experiences and the things that that's just crazy. It is crazy to think, you know what I mean? Think that could actually be possible.
I mean, have you guys ever been in? I don't know if you guys ever seen these, but in Walmart, I've seen them actually in Walmart and Safeway, where they got the machines that roam around and they like scan the aisles for out of stocks. It's fucking crazy, man. It's like it runs by itself, and it's like this big ass machine just going up and down the aisles, not hitting customers. It's crazy. It's like I was saying, man, it's like the way of the world now. You know what I mean? Like this is this is the transition that we're going in.
Yeah, I saw that at a restaurant I was at. I was at Oz, the Korean barbecue, and they got it's the robotic. They bring you the food.
Yeah.
I was like, I was tripping. It came up behind. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
R2D2 bringing you a dinner.
College curriculum needs to change. It needs to be basically, you gotta learn how to be a programmer. Software engineering.
STEM. All you kids in school, STEM. High school or less, STEM. Focus on STEM. Science, technology, engineering, math.
Well, let's talk about this world and the world that we're living in right now. I want to talk fantasy, all right? And I'm going to bring this topic in fantasy all together, and you're going to understand exactly what the hell I'm talking about. It's week 14 in fantasy right now, all right? There is no trade, but if possible, there's no trades in week 14, right? You just got to, come up off the waiver wire, get whatever you can, but potentially some people still offer trades. I got Patrick Mahomes right now, and I got somebody over here trying to offer me a trade for, I'm not going to say because I'm a Steelers fan. I can't just say Najee Harris, but just somebody weak, okay? Oh, Russell, what the fuck? Russell, there you go. Broncos country, let's ride.
Let's ride.
How are you going to trade Patrick Mahomes for Russell Wilson? That don't make no fucking sense. Why would I make that trade? Why? Tell me why. Why? Would you make that trade? You'd make that trade. Huh? What I am getting at.
I don't know who you talking to.
What I am getting at right now, okay? I'm talking to everybody. You too. I'm just saying.
Tony would make that trade.
Tony was paying attention to football. Russell Wilson was winning the Super Bowl.
Let's ride. But I don't know. This year he's just straight trash. But in general, what I'm saying is that the United States had negotiated a trade between.
Wait. Before you even go.
Yeah.
You telling me you went through all of that?
Yeah, fantasy trade to get my anger out on fantasy. So I got it out on fantasy. I'm talking fantasy football, right?
We're not going to let you talk no more. Anyway, let's just get this understood. What Winton was trying to get to was WNBA star Brittany Griner.
Okay, all right.
I'll say first and foremost, let's get the pleasantries out the way. Welcome home.
Welcome home.
Glad you're back.
Yeah. Welcome back.
Welcome home.
Hey, get a drink. I got some weed for you if you need some too. I'll at you,
get
boy.
A drink. Glad you're home. Now that that's out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Nigga, we lost on this deal.
That's what I'm saying.
We lost.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm glad she's back.
Happy that she's back. We went to bat for her.
Lost. We literally traded a WNBA star player, right, for the Russian Tony Stark.
Right. Drug lord who could make a
the
difference
movie
in a
Lord
war.
of War was based off this man. If anybody's seen that with Nicolas Cage,
I've seen it.
You've guys seen this guy. It's Nicolas Cage, Jared Leto. That movie was loosely based on this man's life, Victor Bout. I think his name, Victor Bout.
Right, Bout.
Bro. Like you.
Crazy. Bro.
Come on, man.
Crazy.
You got Iron Man from Moscow up in here. Like you let him go for somebody who could shoot hoop.
Right.
That's not a good deal.
Right.
We took an L on this deal.
Facts.
We took an L on this deal.
Don't let. I think I can't hear shit. Don't let LeBron James get locked up in London or Russia or some shit. El Chapo will be like, "Hey, what's up? Let's make fair trade." Mexico or whatever in general. You know what I mean? It's like we can trade anybody for any criminal, and it wouldn't matter.
What it is if that country has this particular person, then that's how they're gonna make the deal. Because there's no other thing to force them to do otherwise. So they're like, look, if you want this person, we're gonna have to make a deal. I'm just be honest with you. If I was America, I wouldn't have made that deal.
Well, she wasn't. The only thing about that is I thought that she was. I thought it was also her and like an ex Marine.
And that's the thing. He didn't get released.
Yeah.
Whelan, I think his last name was.
He has a rap sheet though. I don't know if you guys seen his rap sheet, but I don't think he should have got released.
Who is it?
The Marine.
The spy?
He's
the spy that's spying for his country?
Yeah, but I mean,
he's spying for his country, yo. And you telling me you ain't trying to make a trade for that?
But he was kicked out of the Marines. You know what I mean? So we don't know if he was there actually.
When you become a spy, I'm pretty sure there's a reason why you get kicked out.
I don't know. There's a lot of controversy about him.
Turn My bad. Could you hear that? You couldn't hear that, right?
Turn me up my headphones.
Turn my shit up.
Turn my music up.
But no, I hear what you're saying. But when you become a spy, I'm not sure what government he obviously was representing. But in general, the trade, the value in the trade is what I'm saying.
It was
you know what I mean? And here, let me go back on some things. Obviously, I'm talking about how the trade went and how it was slanted. 9 years in Russia was fucking torture. That was some, I'm not going to say bullshit. I mean, that's obviously their rules, but that's some bullshit for some weed.
But she wasn't there for 9 years.
But I'm just saying, the fact that you were sentencing her for 9 years, like as if that type of punishment, yeah, I'd be trying to do any and everything to get back home too. I'll be 100% honest with you.
Right.
But the punishment was way harsh. You damn near lost her in the system, right? In 10 months over there, just in general, while you're doing process, like, bro, I'm happy the fact that she is back home. That is truly amazing in itself.
From a moral perspective,
glad she's back home.
She should be home.
Absolutely.
Just based on the crime that they tried to say that
Put
she was
her.
guilty of, and in their country, that's how there is. That's their rules.
So you telling me weed is the same as dealing drugs and shit?
No, absolutely not.
Bro,
but
like,
what I'm saying
where's the
is
fairness in
it's,
that?
it's not necessarily it's about fair. It's about leverage.
Oh God.
And right now, it's what ended up being is Russia had the leverage on us.
Okay.
And
hats off to Russia.
And because I'll be honest with you, they won that trade.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
They
won the playoffs.
America would have got a D- on the trade evaluation grade. That's the grade we would have got.
Facts.
Because when you're considering who we're letting go into the world, somebody that caused so much destruction and is facilitating wars in South America and Africa,
in a time of war,
like that
you're getting a warlock that
Yeah.
can get you some shit right now to probably tip the scale.
That's what I'm saying. I don't like to. I'll be honest with you. I'm just be straight up.
That's
I don't like the deal.
crazy. They
I'm
in
glad
the
she's home,
playoffs.
but I don't like the deal.
They in the playoffs.
The U.S. is hoping he lost some of his contacts. That's what they hoping.
Bro, he gonna get
But
them
they
things
should've-
back, bro.
Whoever
For
was
real.
negotiating for the U.S. should have been like, look, you got to throw in a couple nukes.
Right.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
throw something
Like,
else
this is
in there.
lopsided.
Or someone's going
Homeboy
out.
about to be untouchable. Untouchable.
Right.
Because he for real the new Tony Stark. Like, a U.S. is not shit.
But I'm saying no. But
He
have
is
y'all
back
not
home.
seen that movie, Lord of War? Watch that movie if y'all
Nia
y'all check it out.
Tarasso,
Y'all wanna check that
USA,
movie out?
Sukar.
Now, granted, Hollywood takes its liberties with films, but I'm telling you right now, you gonna rethink. You gonna come back next week, like, bro, what the fuck was we thinking?
Right. True.
Pretty much.
I just think it's to me it's all funny because I just came back from San Quentin, man, and just listen to some of the inmates, what they were in there for, half of them drug charges, man, and it's so crazy that like these men are still locked up for something lesser, like she was
Right.
actually doing it. They, I know someone that was just like he was growing them, yeah,
Right,
but then like just because somebody else was, working for him and he went and shot at somebody's house, it was a conspiracy to murder, and now he's in there for like 30 to life. Like
Wow.
crazy stuff that I'm like, bro, that's so unfair. So when I see this, I don't even care. I saw it and I'm like, so what? Like, it's like, if she gets out, whatever. I mean, I look at this, I'm like, well, first off, it's an administration that wants to, ban guns, ban arms, but yet you're fucking traded for an arms dealer. I'm just like, I don't care no more. It's like, dude, everything is so backwards. Just make it make sense.
One of the most notorious arms dealers.
Right. Just make it, my
Right.
thing is like, just make it make sense. How you gonna be against guns and then release the dude that releases the most guns? Like that just make it make sense at some point. And it just doesn't no more. I'm just like, I'm over it. It's like, dude, it's like.
Well, there's a lot of things that really don't make sense. Like Balenciaga for one of those, that it doesn't make sense, but we'll try to make some sense out of it. But welcome back home, Brittany Garner. Shit, I said it wrong again, dude.
You can't speak.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
You
Hold on,
about
wait.
You about to drive this man Rob crazy.
Griner. I got it. Griner. It's Griner.
Didn't I tell him to stop talking?
Yeah, you did.
I think you did.
I can't help
I
that
told
shit.
him to stop talking.
Welcome home, Brittany Griner. Go dunk on somebody.
Please.
Nah,
For
she
real.
She gonna be in the strip club.
Yeah, she need to be doing something after that. The president let you back here in the U.S. and you ain't in jail no more. What you finna do? That's really finna be the question.
Nah, she
Pressure's on her at
She
this
was in
point in
Russia
time.
for 10 months for weed, boy. She up there smoking
She needs to
right
thank
now.
the Prince of Saudi Arabia. He's really the one that freed her. But.
Hey, he was. Did you see the video of them like the actual swap? Have you guys seen it? There's a video of the actual swap, and
I didn't see it.
the Prince
they
of Saudi Arabia was there.
Mahan, I forget his name, but the dude that killed like a bro.
It was weird because
He made a deal, and it worked.
yeah,
It was him. It was him.
He was
for
there
sure.
to
It was
greet her,
him.
and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why is he there? Like,
Because
I gotta send
he
it to you
killed a
guys.
bunch of people he wasn't supposed to red-handed, and now we slate swiped clean. So it's good. Yeah, it was him that really did it. But
I believe that.
as long as the U.S. can take
Take the credit.
take the credit, it's all good. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
because
crazy.
I'll be honest with you, man. That when this came up this morning, bro, every show, every news, like outlet out there was talking about this, bro. It
Prince
was
Malik.
like ESPN First Take. I think they dedicated damn near like I think
Yeah.
the first half of the whole
Yeah,
show.
the whole show was to it. Yeah.
To this. You know, I don't know about Undisputed or not, but there was a lot of shows that dedicated this whole
Yeah.
thing. So, and again, I don't want to diminish her being home just based on something so frivolous and something so small being over there. Glad she's back, but,
Right.
I'm, you know, I still do question the overall motivation and
Here's
and the deal that we got on this.
Here's what I'll say, real quick on that.
Oh shit.
I'm just, I'm glad she's back for
Said,
one
"Oh,
big
shit."
reason. One big reason why she's back. And I think we needed to show face for it. Because I'm sorry, if you didn't bring her back, and this is me actually being on Biden's side of it, bro, they're just gonna start stealing whatever Americans they can now. Like, hey,
Stealing?
yeah, like, hey, come to Russia. Come to Russia.
They didn't
Is it
steal
no?
Brittany Gardner.
No, not
she
steal.
went
I'm just saying
to Russia.
it could get to a point where they'll have their operatives.
You're,
right?
you're looking
Hold
at
on,
it from a
hold on, hold on,
weakness.
hold on.
I get it.
Yeah, a
you're
weakness.
looking at it for a weakness.
So basically, anybody that does come to Russia, they ain't gonna say it, but maybe get somebody, entice them to come to Russia, and once they're there, like, hey, LeBron, come here, we'll give you all this stuff for free, blah, blah, blah. He comes over, make him fuck up on purpose. Oh, going to jail. Hey, now we got to do a trade. I just don't want it to be a trend.
But they
You know what I
still
mean?
have the Marine though, so
Yeah, they do. But I'm just saying, it's kind of a good thing we did the trade. 'Cause it's like, hopefully this won't be a trend where they can just, get anybody for anything.
No.
And now that we can make a trade.
El Chapo.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I
So-
definitely understand
Who,
exactly.
who
Something
you got to trade for El Chapo? Let's put that question out there. Warren, who you got? Who you got to trade for El Chapo to get out?
To who?
knows?
To who, though?
So I mean, from the U.S. You know what I mean? U.S. Mexico. You know what I mean? Like someone
So
get
the
caught,
U.S.-Mexican trade?
I mean,
So who
believe-
does
yeah.
Mexico have?
Yeah, who does Mexico have?
El
Us.
Chapo. Oh,
No, we
well, I'm
have
just
to
saying.
be-
Like that's what I'm saying. Who
We have El Chapo.
who we got to exactly?
who would
We got-
Mexico have to?
No, but Mexico would have to have one of
What's
us.
the negotiation
Yeah.
trade between El Chapo? Who from somebody in the United States of America? Who is a fair trade for El Chapo if they got detained in Mexico?
Are you saying hypothetically?
Hypothetically, who is a good trade for El Chapo? Go.
Jeff Bezos.
Who? Oh wow,
Jeff
Jeff Bezos.
Damn,
Okay.
man, I like my
Gotta
Amazon.
keep
bro.
Amazon running, huh? Gotta
We
keep
wouldn't have been
that
able to
shit
see the
going.
football game. We wouldn't have been able to see the Raiders trash ass blow a game to fucking
shit.
sorry
Jerry
ass Baker
Jones.
Mayfield.
Do
Baker
Jerry Jones. Do Jerry
Mayfield.
Jones. He done made us mad, right? Jerry Jones?
Fuck. Baker Mayfield came out there and just threw
Jerry
some
Jones.
bombs.
I'm surprised we ain't talking about that.
Yeah,
Jerry
we-
Jones.
Oh, with
Yeah.
him being in the photo.
Yeah.
Man,
That's like blackface. You know when they catch people for blackface, they fucking scrutinize them? They should have did that.
Hell no, y'all ain't getting away from the goddamn question. Jerry Jones, you said who? Who'd you say? Jerry Jones.
he said Jeff
Jeff
Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Who you got?
Bro, you can't speak. There's no L in it.
There's no L in it.
Brittany Gardner.
It's Jeff Bezos.
Bezos.
There's no. You said Bellows.
A belt. Bezos. I said Basil. I said Basil.
That's even worse.
Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos.
Told you about talking, didn't I?
Woo. Oh, my God.
Jeff Bezos.
Bezos.
I said Bron. Bron, you better make that trade right now. Go get that nigga right now. I don't want that nigga to sleep overnight.
Jeff Bezos
in
got a
Mexico.
daughter?
Go get him.
I don't know.
Who you got? Who's up there?
I don't even care.
Nah, this guy.
Mexico would never do anything like that, anyways. Russia feels like they're superior, so they, you know what I mean? Like they feel like they have the power to do some shit like that.
It's not about being superior, it's because your skin is black and mine is white. Please understand. Please, 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 please. Next question.
Next question. What the fuck is going on with Balenciaga, huh? Obviously, they got rid of Kanye. And whatever they're doing now.
I think that was a reverse.
Well, yeah.
I think he got dropped off of them. He dropped them.
Very true. But why are they doing what they're doing right now? Is it reverse psychology?
No.
Kind of putting it out there as far as like,
no.
You know, maybe it wasn't their semantics, you know what I mean? Maybe it wasn't Kanye's actions, you know, maybe it wasn't his style, the White Lives Matter. Maybe it wasn't that got him dropped. It was the unapologetic, anti-Semitic. What you know, like that's the only reason why I can say Balenciaga went with this child demonist black, you know what I mean?
But
like
that's
dark.
not even it. How I look at this is you have a clothing designer that they had a photo shoot,
promotes a lot of child,
and they
stuff.
had a photo shoot where not only did you have children in it, you had pictures of chokers, and there's other photos out there. If you've seen them, there's other photos out there that are even worse.
Right.
With Balenciaga's designs, and Balenciaga, the CEO, and they've already come out and made statements, and things like that.
Did they drop him like they dropped Kanye? Nope.
Well, no, they actually they made a statement. They tried to shift some blame on there. They tried to blame the marketing company that they had hired. I forget what the marketing company was. They attempted to do that, but I'm like, no, y'all green like this shit.
Right.
Y'all know exactly what's going on. You know exactly what's getting put out there, and to see this, I'll be honest with you, I'm not super shocked. You know what I mean? What it does do is it opens up the door for me to think, like, what other designers are thinking that this is some type of art.
Right. Okay.
Because this is
talk about what the art is so people know. Yeah,
it's basically you have kids, very, very young kids in some very compromised positions, that are in some very adult, driven photo shoots where you have adult, like, you have one of the pictures I saw is where teddy bear is like in a choker, kind of almost a dominatrix type outfit. I've seen some photos where it's like the room is all dirtied and bloodied, and the kid is holding, like, it's like intestines out. Like, it's a whole bunch of crazy shit I've seen.
Yeah, I did see that
certain
too.
photos,
Yeah,
and I'm like,
yeah.
this is some pretty sick shit.
Right.
Like, it's simply put, it's pretty sick. Like, and it makes me think, like, do y'all actually thought that this was actually good art to advertise your product, your clothing line? And I'm like, if I was on set, I'm looking at it from that perspective. If I'm on set, I don't care if I'm one of the light people. I could be moving the motherfucking lights.
Right.
I could have been the camera person, whoever. I'd be like, bro, what the fuck is going on?
True.
The fuck is going on?
You got your inner thoughts. Yeah,
like, I'm saying, like, but a lot of time, in all honesty, money be shutting people up. That camera dude ain't gonna get paid if he opening his mouth. That light dude ain't gonna get paid. And they, not only that, then a lot of times this business, the entertainment business, the fashion business, this business that is very tight knit, very nuanced type of mindset, bro, you can get ostracized in a hot second. And they'll say you ain't gonna get no gigs because it's all about who you know in that business. You won't get that shot because they're gonna shut them doors in your face if you don't play ball. Right. There's a lot of that shit going on, a lot of that politicking. That's why some people won't speak up. Now, me, I ain't got that problem. I'll say whatever the fuck is on my mind because that's how I'm built. But maybe I'd be out of job. And I realize that.
Are you playing Candy Crush right now? You playing Candy Crush?
No, he's looking at the quality of the show, Tony.
Nah, he was playing Candy Crush. That nigga, he's playing Galactica. What is it? Galactica?
You can't speak. God. Go ahead, Tony.
So, I mean, when we look at this, man, so ultimately when it comes to Balenciaga, everybody making, everybody talking about what's going on. It's funny because this has been going on. Anybody that's a conspiracy theorist, truth seeker, has been talking about things like this for a while. One of the things I was kind of looking at, too, was the fact that, like, even if you look at their apology that Balenciaga made, where they were like, hey, we're sorry this was even put out there. This wasn't our people, this and that. People talked about, Loda Volkova, which is like their head, like, one of their head stylists.
Okay.
She was like, bro,
Okay.
there's a picture of her with like
Two
wearing a
dead
dress.
babies.
Well,
It's
the
all
red-
Two
the red-
dead
the
babies,
red
like
shit,
blood.
blood.
Yeah.
red shit,
And then
yeah,
that came out that wasn't true, but that still was.
out there.
It's still part of Balenciaga. It's like, bro, so it's been going on, even though that may not be true. That's the right person, but it's like, bro, that's been going on. It's like crazy. You guys don't realize it's been going on for a while, like with certain things like that, because of the fact that like people don't understand or realize what's really going on in Hollywood when it comes to like all this stuff. When it comes to like Mariana Abramovich, she's like a chick that's even crazy with like the whole spirit cooking shit. Like if you type in like Jay-Z with Marina spirit cooking or anything like that, and what they do at like all their parties for like the elite or people that are in Hollywood, they do crazy shit out there. Like you can even find videos of people. There's this Mexican artist or Brazilian artist that went to like one of these like high-end parties where they were like talking about like it was like a Balenciaga high-end party. She came out running talking about they're killing people in there. They're eating human flesh. They're eating human flesh. It's in Spanish, but she's basically saying they're eating human flesh inside. Really what it is, it's called spirit cooking. She talked about it. Marina talked about the fact that if you go to these parties, you can see pictures of them. They have like dead bodies like on the table, but like it's almost like if someone were to make a cake of it, but of a dead body. And that's really all it is. It's like a cake. It's like supposedly it's not human parts, but it's of a dead body on a table, and you're eating like parts of it, and they look and feel real, but they're not. It's actually like nutritious food supposedly, but it's weird. It's fucking weird. And also she has a video on YouTube called Spirit Cooking, How Do You Spirit Cook? And that's even scary, like taking sperm from like a pig and mixing it with milk. And like, she's painting with that. Like it's crazy shit, bro. I'm telling you, bro. But this is what they do. This is who Jay-Z and her, bro. You look at her and Jay-Z, like you watch the
Don't be
video.
associating Jay-Z's name in that.
He was in that though. Him and her were like looking like this eye to eye, going crazy and shit. I'm like,
Jay-Z
what the
was
fuck, y'all
helping him cook some shit up with some sperm. Whose babies was
Jay-Z
it?
this,
That's
Jay-Z
the
that.
smartest question you asked all night, man. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
But they've been doing stuff like this. Like, this is what they do. When you look at the hierarchy of the Hollywood elite, man, they do shit like this. They do shit like this, and people sell their soul when they go to these kind of parties, bro. And it's like, to me, it's just this has been going on.
yeah, but we got to get a little bit more evidence than that. We can't just be.
What evidence?
Don't
I just
throwing-
said I just said the evidence. Type it in. You'll see it. You can watch it yourself.
I don't believe this.
I'll show you after the show. Type in Marina Abramovich and then type in spirit cooking right after that. You could see her with all this shit and then see her with Jay-Z right after. I'm like, dude, what? Why? It's weird. It's just weird
So
shit.
they're on the film doing this.
I'm doing this, yes. It's crazy. I'm like, why though? But it's all good. It's all in fun. It's just spirit cooking.
all
No
in
big
fun.
deal. No, these guys believe in lesser magic. They believe in rituals.
Spirit
It's
cooking.
Satanism.
That's
This is
more
what
of
they
like
do.
a sacrifice
I
publicly.
ain't even
What you
heard of
talking
that.
Yeah.
I ain't even heard of spirit cooking.
Straight up
This is what they do.
sacrifice.
That's why when I saw this, I'm like,
sacrifice these kids.
I'm like, right.
Dropping it out of a little
Right.
condom and stuff.
Anything
Is it just
dealing with
flapping
sperm like that,
everywhere?
I thought.
If
Like
you
I'm,
want,
that's what I'm gonna do with my girl. Just be like, hey, you spirit cook,
You
spirit
want
cook
spirit
me.
cook with me? but all these things that people don't realize, like, we all like to talk about Jay-Z, Illuminati, all that stuff, right? It's really the producers, man, and everybody else. I don't think they know they're involved. They just be doing their thing. I think what happens is that the production team and people that are creating this, they're the ones that are satanic and creating this type of shit. One thing, if you ever look into something, it's called Illuminati Music Industry Exposed on YouTube. Look that up. This guy breaks down a Rihanna video. The Baphomet is a huge
Yeah.
symbol in the satanic community.
I've seen
Right.
that.
I've
And
seen
what's
that.
crazy is they show how they make the Baphomet constantly in her music videos. Umbrella. If you watch Rihanna's Umbrella, it's constantly there.
You call it a bath?
No,
Baphomet.
Baphomet or Bathmot is
Baphomet.
pronounced differently.
I say
but
Baphomet.
I know exactly what
The-
you're
it's the
talking about.
it's the transgender goat.
So I'm thinking
Yeah,
like
it's the
a
goats.
bathtub or a Baphomet.
Yeah, it's a transgender goat with everything, all parts. And
You've seen it in a lot of movies. So have you ever seen 300?
Yeah.
So you see that scene? He's in that scene. You know that, right?
Yeah.
There's a bathtub in the scene.
Let's go to the next subject. Let's go to the next subject, bro.
Next subject. That was
Man,
hilarious.
Like the intelligence
That was
level
hilarious.
is just not
Baphomet.
just not there. You know,
Oh
Anyways,
my God.
are you talking about the centaurs? The centaurs.
stop.
No,
No, it's
Just
not.
let
It's
it
not
go.
a Baphomet.
L-I-G.
no.
bro.
The
There you go.
centaurs are a horse.
Just-
That's what I'm
horse-
talking
a
about.
horse,
What,
a
what are you
human body.
talking about
Not-
then?
It's a goat. It's a goat. pentagram goat. You see a pentagram with like the goat, and he's like doing the symbols and the symbols. And, yeah. You see that done in Hollywood and stuff like that for a reason. You see it for a reason. They believe in lesser magic. We don't. Lesser magic is just how you put energy out there into the universe. So basically, if you don't believe in it, well, especially if you're a Christian, walk into a room and put a cross upside down and see if it changes the energy of a room. That's lesser magic. They believe in that. They believe in rituals. They believe that if you continuously say something over and over,
that in my life.
yeah, it'll happen. It'll create something. There's deep magic, which is different. That's the shit that really hits you. But lesser magic is something that a lot of people are already involved in, subconsciously, through TV and everything they watch and do. So, but yeah.
So subconsciously, what's up with this pandemic, this little zombie virus that was dug up from over 5,000 years ago or some stuff? It sounds like some movie with Chris Pratt in it. What is that, the Tomorrow War? You seen Tomorrow War? No?
Speaking of Russia, that's where it was found.
Is that right?
Niet Russia. Niet.
50,000-year-old, quote-unquote, zombie virus founded by French
Нас не
scientists.
догонят, сукар.
You sound real good.
I don't know, man.
Sounds real good.
I don't know.
what you
I'm a
said.
cynic sometimes, man. Sometimes I'll be like, you know what? That's exactly what we need.
That's what we need.
It's a zombie.
colon.
It's a zombie apocalypse.
Just
We
wipe
need to
motherfuckers
reset
out.
this bitch. You know, you hit that old TV that should be fucking up. Reset. You know, Noah's Ark.
I briefly,
Reset.
so when I
It's
did,
like sometimes we need this shit. I don't know.
when I did, so I remember seeing this. I actually did see this a while ago, meaning a week ago. When I saw this, I like to go to the comment sections, and there were people that were saying, I'm a biologist of 8 years, this and that, on something. And there's a couple of them that actually said this. Excuse me, Jesus. Basically, they were saying that the zombie virus is a term they give to all viruses that are dormant like that. That they give that name to all of them. Is what they said. So I don't know if it's specific to zombie in terms of they found out that whatever it is, whatever parasite or something they found is creating some kind of
that makes you turn into a fucking zombie.
Right, reanimation.
Yeah,
You basically reanimate your body after death.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't say anything like that. I just heard that a zombie virus is a virus that's been dormant for over X amount of years. Like they call them all zombie viruses.
God, it makes sense. Less scary,
But
less
scary,
threatening, right?
That's
right.
what I heard.
It's a buzzword.
Don't
You
scare
hear
the
the word.
fuck out of people.
You hear the word zombie in here about what the fuck.
Right.
There's
Everybody
something-
thinks The Walking Dead.
Yeah. about to
There's
start
something worse
killing
than
you.
that. There is something worse than that. The deer zombie virus. That's actually real.
I've seen that.
Where deers are like,
That shit.
Oh, I've seen.
Fucking
I have seen
That
that.
shit's crazy.
Hey, yeah, that shit's kind of freaky.
It's
I ain't
terrifying,
gonna lie.
bro.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That is kind of freaky.
and they say eventually viruses
seen that.
do metamorphosize to basically
jump,
jump to humans
yeah.
eventually later. So I'm like, bro.
I'll tell you this right now. The Walking Dead ones. Let me just speak on. We can be silly for a minute. The Walking Dead, zombies.
Are A-okay with me.
I'm good with them.
Right, okay.
But them
Okay.
28 days later,
Oh.
motherfuckers.
Yeah, them niggas that run.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, that ain't nothing but a crackhead zombie. I'm cool, bro. Ain't nobody making it. You remember that movie, bro? There wasn't nobody. It wasn't nothing but that sister and the white dude.
They was hauling
That was it.
They got a metabolism, but
Yeah.
the body is going.
And then
I'm like,
and it was worse because
why?
they could run and they could
Facts.
spit up the blood and then turn you in instantly to one of them. Yeah, see, we done after that. That's a bad death.
Yeah, that's like what was it, World War Z? They
Yeah,
were like
man.
that too.
But when,
I Am
the
Legend.
Walking. I'd rather be more like the Walking Dead. I would have been doing the Dougie around them
I
dudes.
imagine Rob running from where Rob's like, what the hell, man?
You stupid.
Nah, yeah. I'd lock this motherfucking door. Y'all niggas ain't getting in.
Truly. Turn off all the
Poor,
lights.
poor Winston knows he can't wrestle. He's just like, hey,
He be
What the
like,
fuck you doing? Huh? I
like-
eat zombies for breakfast.
I'm doing parkour. I'm doing parkour. I'm doing parkour.
Get out of here.
fucking
Tony gonna have a sword and everything.
when we trying to convince him? Aren't you glad we got Brittany
This nigga
Garner back?
Warren's using his calves to take off.
I know he just stomping on him. He's just stomping on him.
Jumping like Mario.
Boy, when Warren runs, it's a stampede.
I'm going to take this quick moment to have you guys go check out our TikTok page. It's about.the.night. Like and run that page and video up. Sacramento Nightlife. Actually, I want to ask you guys right now, go ahead and chime in on the comments. Where would you like us to go? where would you like to see? What city, what nightlife are you interested in and would like to get some, at least capture the moment, capture the essence on when and where to go when you land into that city? Because I know there's a lot of people, when they land in Sacramento, they're like, where do I go? What do I eat? What's good to eat? And I'm like, dude, what do you like to eat? You can like Mexican food, regular food, Indian food, Jamaican food. Where do you like to eat? You want a regular American burger? You want a corn dog? Check out our
Who
Instagram.
the fuck gets off the plane wanting a corn dog?
You know what? 9 times out of 10, you want to know the number one spot people want to go and heard about is In-N-Out. There's not a lot of In-N-Outs everywhere. So like
they
people
don't serve corn dogs.
I know. I'm just saying in general, man. Hey, man, everybody eat your own. To each his own. People like that type of stuff. Have you ever ate at Wiener Schnitzel? I really haven't ate at Wiener Schnitzel. Have you? Have you really ate at Wiener Schnitzel?
I've eaten it before. It's been. I don't remember when last time I did that.
That could be a rare commodity for someone who's not from in general, who gets a Wiener Schnitzel next to them in general. But I'm saying, run that page up about the nightlife. Let us know where you want us at. Chime in, and we'll check it out, see what's good, and kind of give you our opinions on it. We're here doing security. We do security for a lot of these nightlifes, local venues, and we try to give our perspective on a lot of things, and that's what we're here doing for you today. Any other comments on this zombie apocalypse? No,
it doesn't seem.
They just need to leave that shit alone.
That's my thing, man. Why you digging for shit, man?
That's that Day After Tomorrow shit. Have you seen that? Chris Pratt. You seen that? I thought it was a damn good movie.
It was alright.
Damn good.
It was cool.
It had me scared as fuck for my own personal life. What's going to happen in the next 50 years with global warming? Yesterday, what? There was a fucking moon next to, or there was a star next to the moon, or another planet next to the moon. It was like a little. You seen this last night? Yeah. I know you seen the moon last night. I know you seen it.
Have you seen Paris Climate Accord change? Like, have you seen their whole synopsis of how it's going to happen? 100 years from now, the degree will go up by 0.8. That's it. So we got to pay. America alone has to pay $100 trillion towards that. No other country, not China, not all these other countries with more of a population. America has to pay $100 trillion. Yeah, I'm so against that. The climate change shit. Human beings. There's nothing that you can't rate. At what rate do humans change the globe? We just don't. We're going through a solar maximum. The sun's changing. That's all that's happening. And you can tell because I took anthropology class. That's why I know this. Like anytime they do, and I forgot what it is, when you take samples from the Earth, I forgot what's I completely forgot.
They look at the layers.
They look at the layers. They can actually tell the degrees and what's happened on Earth. This is a cycle that the Earth's already going through. It's already been proven completely.
Okay.
It's just that what they're doing, though, it's a money grab, though. Because if you look at all these people that are talking about climate change and climate chaos and all this shit, bro, just themselves alone this year, they've used up and done more carbon emissions than everybody in the domestic United States in 1 year. They looked at their plane trips. It was like 913 plane trips that they took just to talk about climate change. It's stupid. It doesn't make sense. It's just a money grab because in the end, they're going to do a carbon tax on everybody and charge people like a 5 to 6% tax on each individual person to say, well, you're causing carbon emissions, they need to charge a tax. No, they're not going to fix it. That's just, a volcano does more damage than a nuclear plant. So it's just, I don't know.
You lost me again. Just a little bit on that one. Just a little bit. A little bit, though. It wasn't too bad. I swear.
How you be getting lost?
Because it'd be so much at one time. He has a lot of information, and you don't know what information to grab onto. You know what I mean? He said he took an anthropology class. In my mind, the second he said that, I was like, this nigga didn't take no goddamn anthropology. And then
That's why I'm big into Bigfoot.
I went off into that route, right? I was like, damn, did he really take that could be why he's all in the, and so I was lost.
Anthropology.
Boom.
Anthropology is
lost
my major.
and then he brought me back with the course.
Wins like this. Brittany Gardner.
Yeah. Brittany Gardner.
Brittany Anthropology Gardner. She gardened and did anthropology.
Damn. Well, ready, man. What's popping with you, man? What you got cracking?
Nothing, man. Just chilling, man. Just chilling.
You got them braids over there looking tight, man. Who twisted you up, huh?
My cousin. I got a cousin that she does hair, man. Shout out to my cousin.
I know your head hurt. This nigga want to slap the hell out of his hair. And I'm like,
nah, man. That's when it's time to take it out. It's itching. That's when you pop it. But
fresh, huh?
Yeah, smells good, huh?
Tony, you need to get your shit braided.
Why?
Tony, you need to get your shit braided.
But
man.
why?
You need to get that Deontay Wilder. Those 2 braids.
Better get your hair braided, Deontay Wilder.
Your big Dasa.
You big dosa.
What you got popping? What you got, Mr. Coates?
Nothing, man. You know, this past weekend, you know, the spot I was at, man, it was a little under the weather.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so we had
That's
to
the
close.
shit I don't
We had to close
What
up
happened?
last week. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Had a little bit
Let's
of a
hear
leak.
about it.
Had a little bit of a leak.
Oh, really?
Leak?
So
Oh,
we
okay.
back
Okay.
on this week,
Okay.
or tomorrow and Saturday.
There's a
So
leak upstairs.
yeah.
Malik went upstairs for the leak upstairs?
Wow.
much.
You don't name drop. Don't drop Mr. Mo Freak. Mr. Mo Freak himself.
Yeah,
But so what's
we'll
up?
be back on.
So what's up, man? I heard a little Be Less Celebrity came in there and kind of tweeted some anger and some aggression out towards you guys, man. What's up with all that?
What are you talking about?
That was a while back. I mean, we can ask.
Be Less Celebrity. Oh, see, because you don't know him. I can say his name, man. I'll try reaching out to him. Anyways, you know, he Dr. Dre's little brother on Straight Outta Compton.
Oh damn, my nigga, you late.
I know, but I'm saying, like, we didn't get to talk about it. I wanted to talk about it. What happened with all that? Like, what was up with that?
Me myself, I don't know what happened with it. I didn't even see dude.
My
I
question.
wouldn't even know what he really looked
So
like.
what happened? Speak on it. Like, what did you hear when?
I heard that basically this Be Less Celebrity, he comes out here often, you know what I mean? And he goes clubbing pretty often, you know what I mean? And he has landed some really good roles, major roles too in the movie industry. But he went to this normal spot where he was at, and I guess he kind of walked up and was expecting to kind of get the red carpet treatment, kind of like walk in.
When he
not have
travels,
to
does he
wait.
go to Paris, London? Where does he go to?
I think he's in London right now.
shit,
Maybe,
okay.
maybe not. Maybe that could just be my boy's black tuxedo. Who knows? In general, my thing is he kind of he walks up expecting to kind of get in, expecting that people knew him, and then he didn't get that red carpet treatment. You know what I mean? Like he didn't get that. Okay, open a rope. This is, you know what I mean, and get in there. And so he kind of walked off mad.
That's on you and the leak.
Tweeted out like, oh, you know what? Forget this. If you're ever in town, don't go here. And I was like, dang, it's just like that. We had an episode about that, famous denials,
Yeah,
right?
we did.
As far as, and that's what I want to find out. Did he have that entitled statement like you should know who I am? You should
Not
just
the
let
Michael
me
B. Jordan
in.
level. Not the Michael B. Jordan level.
Well, if Michael B. Jordan got turned away, then you should be all right.
Right.
Get over it.
But you didn't even turn him away though, right?
No, I just heard about it later on.
Yeah.
I just heard about it from other people that he was up there. I wouldn't even have recognized him if he told me he was up.
Right.
And that's not even no disrespect. That's just being straight up. I wouldn't have. But
So
when I hear what after, I'm like, okay, then what's the situation?
Right.
I found out a little bit more, and it's like it's exactly what you stated. They basically just didn't get in as as quickly as they thought they would have.
Right.
But like I said, we talked about this on the show before. We've had there's artists and celebrities like Von Miller and Birdman and Michael B. Jordan and
Chanel
a
West
plethora.
Coast.
He might be bigger than her, but just a plethora of celebrities and entertainers and things like that are well known that got denied at a particular venue for whatever reason it may be, and it may be not even denied. Like I think that's that word too is a little bit too strong, because it's like denied it'd be like, no, you ain't getting in, or
Right.
versus maybe you just didn't get in as quickly as you thought you
Right.
should have. You know what I mean? It's not one of those things where everybody had to drop everything to let you. Like I look at it from that perspective, and if you really that butthurt on that part,
Right.
then
To
hey,
where you
it
gonna
is
tweet
what
it
it
out
is
like
as far as
that?
I'm concerned. I mean,
Tweet.
get over it.
Right.
Twitter
Yeah.
fingers.
Maybe if you would have came up with that smooth handshake, bro, you probably would have got in quicker than you would have thought, man. Pay attention to the show, man. We try to give you key notes, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Pay attention to the clip notes.
Man, we haven't talked about a smooth handshake in a while.
I know, man. The change. It's been a change, right?
Been some rough
Ruffles,
rough handshake.
Dry handshake.
calluses.
Yeah, man. Cactus
Um,
style.
So to talk about, I don't want to talk about my weekend. I actually do want to talk about the coming weekend. Sacramento's getting a couple of big stars,
My bad, I didn't ask you.
right?
You know, how's your weekend?
Again, I don't want to talk about my weekend because
Oh,
this week
okay.
I want to talk about the
Oh,
weekend
okay.
coming up, and
Oh,
this
okay.
weekend coming up is gonna be big, man. It's Sacramento's. Right,
Three people.
three big people coming in. Sacramento's getting its old hometown favorite, which is Brent Pilla. He'll be coming to the Punchline in Sac. It's going to be Sunday night. I will be going to that at 7:30. I hope to get him on the show. That'd be awesome if we can get him on. just because it's Sacramento, local. He'll be able to, come and get some insight. He has his own podcast too, that's just doing very well as well.
All right.
So he'll be coming here Sunday, but the day after is
No. Stay on Sunday. Kevin Hart will be here on Sunday.
Oh, Kevin
Oh,
Hart
he's on
coming in
Monday.
town?
Oh,
Wow.
No, he will be here Monday. Kevin Hart will be here Monday. Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock. Oh, my bad. Kevin Hart's on Sunday. Dave Chappelle, Chris Rock's on Monday.
wow. So Kevin Hart too?
Yeah, Kevin Hart will
I
be here
didn't
on
even
Sunday at
realize
Golden One. Literally back to back. And there's even, cross your fingers, there might be some crossover. You know what I mean? Because he might be staying. Because he doesn't have a show. You look at his roadmap. He doesn't have a show on Monday.
Right.
So Kevin Hart may maybe
Stay.
pop in,
Right.
or vice versa. Dave and Chris might come up early. We don't know. Hopefully,
Are they still
cross
selling-
your fingers if you
Are
got
they
if
still
you got
selling
tickets
tickets
to the
right now
show.
for the Kevin Hart?
That I don't know because I'm not going. I'm myself. I'm not going to the Kevin Hart one. I'm going to the.
So I'm going to Brent Pill at 7:30.
Chris
You
Rock
think it'll
and
be
Dave
later that
Chappelle.
night, or-
Chris Rock and
I'll
Dave
look it up.
Chappelle.
Wow. So we're going to be having Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle, who are two iconic, comedians who have been in fucking the limelight. Like, bro, they've been like, bro, you got a nigga that got slapped, and then they got doing the slapping. Not talking about Will.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like crazy, man. They're both
I
gonna
see
be
that.
there.
I see that happening though. Kevin Hart coming from the audience, going up there on Chris Rock's set and slapping the shit out of him, kind of making a joke out of it, right?
That
Right?
would be hilarious.
Don't you dare talk about my wife. I
Hey,
can see that. I see it already, man.
But we
That'd be
do
dope.
got,
That'd
but
be
we
dope.
do got one man who's
Hype
going to
it
be
up.
recording. If it does happen, our man Rob will be there.
I ain't recording nothing.
I don't think
Yeah,
that
what
you
is
can't
that?
really say that because in certain situations when they're doing comedy acts, they won't allow you to record.
Bullshit. In that
inside.
giant arena, nigga, you better.
No,
Yeah,
you know
of
what's
course,
no,
man.
but you know what's hella interesting about that? Because someone had told me, that it and I've heard of this definitely before that they'll lock your phones up, so like you got to put it in like a bag or something like that. I've never been, and I've been in some, a lot of comedy shows. I've never had to do that, but I have heard at certain places where they will make you lock your phone up in like a bag, like so you don't have access to it to record or anything like that during the show. So I'm interested to see if they do that for this.
Put that shit in your junk.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure
Behind
they
your
got
sack,
people that
right behind your sack, huh?
They got people that monitor.
Yeah, I'll put it right here. I had somebody one time too. What's in there? You want to touch it? You want to grab it? What you want to do? What you want to do? Get aggressive on them. No, you can't get in there, my dick. Fuck. You know what it is.
Say
Little
you know what
nasty niggas.
Right
Say
here.
you know what it is.
You know what it is. There was some
know the
chick. She's like,
game. You know-
yeah,
you know
what's
what it
there?
is.
Yeah, you want to see my shit? What?
Nah, they gonna
Do
say
it in front of
you.
your coworkers,
Nah,
what?
they gonna say no. I don't want to touch that lazy noodle nigga.
Lazy,
Like what Win said.
Lazy noodle nigga.
lazy noodle nigga. L-double-N. Lazy noodle nigga. Jesus. I'm gonna say that tonight, all night tonight. Lazy noodle nigga.
Quite a
his phone
quite a
behind his lazy
catchphrase,
noodle.
Win.
It just means your dick can't get hard and it's lazy. You're a noodle nigga. That's what it means. Shit. We're gonna make sense of shit.
Oh shit.
Another
Yeah.
term for whiskey dick.
Whiskey dick, lazy noodle nigga. Whiskey dick for niggas is lazy noodle nigga.
Lazy.
You lazy
That's what
noodle nigga.
You lazy noodle nigga.
Well, man, let's go ahead and wrap this up. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe button. Definitely hit the like button, man. We're really trying to battle with YouTube and find out if it's them or if it's you. Hit the like button. Kind of let us know how we're doing. Give us honest feedback. I posted a little video out there about the greatest alive, just fucking around the goat shit. There's a fucking goat outside. It's a fucking goat. Someone commented back like, I don't know none of them niggas. Of course you don't. Tune in, find out, live in our living room, see what's up. Subscribe to About the Night, baby. We out of this bitch.